As teachers and artists, how do we inspire the next generation? How does art become part of the learning experience? How does something in your own backyard become an instrument of fundamental learning? Though never so stated, these were the questions in the background as teachers participated in an OMA Arts Intensive in January of 2010. The subject this time? One of the oldest still-in-use churches in North America, San Xavier del Bac Mission, just south of Tucson, Arizona, on the Tohono O'odham Reservation. Built by Spanish missionaries, San Xavier is a stunning example of Baroque architecture. So how to begin? In these workshops, the teachers are the students, and one learns first by asking questions.
So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to go back through the images, and as we do, Julie and Stevie are going to read the questions that you asked, and we're going to see if we missed any. Is there a question that comes up as you look at the images that you need or would like answered or addressed? Michael?
Since it's obviously an old church, has it ever been used as a refuge for Indian attacks?
What year was it built? What type of architecture does it represent? Who built it? Why some parts are white, washed, and some are not, and why is it white? Is it still being used? Any changes since the original plan? Where did they get the bell? When was it built? Who's responsible for the renovation? What do the symbols represent? How many people hours did it take?
After many questions are asked, the pool of questions is pared down to a fewer selection of key questions. Research answers most of those questions.
We have a lot of questions. How do we start the research process? In our classroom, we would put together resources for our students to start researching the questions they were interested in. But in the interest of time, we can't allow you to research each individual question that you are interested in. So we have the very fine pleasure of having Stevie Mack with us. She is going to share with us the answers to many of the questions that you came up with in her wonderful presentation.
Who made the name? Who called it the White Dove? We're really not sure, but it is a beautiful white structure. And some of you asked questions about that and also about why it isn't all white. So we'll address that as we go through the presentation. It's 2 centuries old. Second of all, it is today, as it has been through much of its history, a sanctuary of religious faith for many, many people. For many of us that might not worship there, it is certainly a historical and cultural site.
And a visit to the site answers and raises more. But creativity is also invoked. Charged with the task of creating their own facades for a building of their choice, the participants design their project, dig through available materials, and make their dream projects come true. It takes teamwork and discipline, but in the process, something new and wonderful emerges. And that's what OMA is all about.
This is our OMA Gold School. It's a one-room schoolhouse, or looks like a one-room schoolhouse. It's made of adobe bricks that were made by the students, and mosaic tile made by the students.
Slaves.
I love that.
This is our little outhouse on the prairie. Very private. Inside, if you wouldn't mind, Jordan, it has... Look, there's a mirror.
Has what? Okay, I'll hold it. I'm holding that.
And this came with it.
It's a garden.
It's a garden. I knew that.
Put it on the side. Okay.
It's our opening to our OMA building. As you'll notice, well actually, can anyone tell me anything that they notice about the structure itself?
It looks like a face.
I'm sorry?
It incorporates the theatrical masks.
It does, very good.
This is the entrance into our new auditorium slash gymnasium, okay? And what the letters are is Alice Vale Way, all right? Now you see it. obviously we're going with that more institutionalized brick, and it's common in schools today. So we wanted to go with what we already have and budget. So.